Good morning, students. This is class 11th, subject chemistry, chapter 7, equilibrium, and lecture number 1. In this lecture, we will study about physical equilibrium. So, we will start with the term equilibrium. What is equilibrium? In a reaction, when concentration of the reactant becomes equal to the concentration of product at constant temperature and pressure, then that stage of a process is known as equilibrium. How you will define it? That the state of a process in which properties like temperature, pressure, concentration of the system do not show any change with the passage of time. Now there are two types of equilibrium. First is physical equilibrium, second one is chemical equilibrium. In physical equilibrium, there will be a physical change. That means there will be a change in phase. For example, when solid state changes into liquid state, or when liquid state changes into gaseous state, or solid state changes into gaseous state. And whatever the physical change is involved in a reaction, then the equilibrium is called physical equilibrium. On the other hand, in chemical equilibrium, there will be a chemical change in the process. Okay, so that equilibrium will be chemical equilibrium. Now, there are different types of physical equilibrium. Okay, so here we will discuss 5 types of physical equilibrium. So, number 1 is solid liquid equilibrium. We will understand solid liquid equilibrium with the help of this example. Here we will take a thermos flask. In this thermos flask, ice and water are present. Temperature is 0 degrees Celsius and pressure is 1 atmosphere. Now here there is equilibrium between ice and water. Now how there is an equilibrium between these two? The ice is converting into water. Okay, and at the same time water is converting into ice. Okay, both the process are happening with the same rate. So we will say the rate of melting of ice is equal to the rate of freezing of water. That is why we will not observe any change here in the physical equilibrium in the thermos flask with the naked eyes. The mass of the ice and mass of the water will remain the same because speed with which ice is converting into water and speed with which water is converting into ice are same. So here we will say that at equilibrium, rate of melting of ice is equal to the rate of freezing of water. At that stage, it will be a physical equilibrium, and name of the physical equilibrium is solid liquid equilibrium. So from here we can define freezing point or melting point of the substance. How you will define it? The temperature at which the solid and liquid form of a pure substance are in equilibrium at the atmospheric pressure is called normal freezing point or melting point of that substance. So this is first type of physical equilibrium, that is solid liquid equilibrium. Now the second type is liquid vapor equilibrium. So here we will consider a closed container which is connected to a manometer. This is manometer which is used to measure pressure, and this manometer is filled with mercury. Okay, this is liquid mercury which is filled inside the manometer. There is no air which is present inside the container. Okay, and level of mercury in the two limbs of the manometer are same. With the help of a vacuum pump, we will keep pressure inside the container 0. Now we will add water in the vessel. Now after addition of water in the container, you will observe that water will convert into vapor state. Okay, and these vapors will strike the mercury and they will exert pressure over mercury. As they will exert pressure over mercury, so here you will observe that level of mercury will rise up. Okay, so level of mercury will increase and after some point it will become constant. Okay, after some point the level of mercury will become fixed. There will be no change in the level of mercury. Now here first question is, why level of mercury rise up? So answer is due to pressure exerted by vapors of water, because vapors of water will exert pressure over mercury, due to which level will rise. After some time, these vapors will strike the surface of water, and these vapors will convert back into the liquid state. Okay, so here there are two processes. First is rate of evaporation, and second one is rate of condensation, because now these vapors are converting into liquid state also. Okay, so when these two processes becomes equal, that means when rate of evaporation becomes equal to rate of condensation, at that time the level of mercury will become fixed. Okay, and we will say that there is equilibrium between liquid and gaseous state. So here how you will explain this, that in the beginning more and more of the water is changing into vapor state. So number of water molecule in the vapor phase increases. Now some of these molecules strikes back on the surface of water and they are captured into it. That means these vapors will convert into liquid state. Ultimately, the amount of water vapors becomes constant, and here rate of evaporation is equal to rate of condensation. So here in this physical equilibrium, when rate of evaporation is equal to rate of condensation, then there will be liquid vapor equilibrium. Now the difference in the level of mercury in the two limits gives the equilibrium vapor pressure of water at room temperature. So here the difference in the mercury level, that means from this point to this point, it will give us equilibrium vapor pressure. Now third type of equilibrium is solid vapor equilibrium. So here we will take example of solid iodine. Suppose solid iodine is placed in a closed container. Okay. Now solid iodine will convert into gaseous state, and that process is sublimation. Okay. When solid iodine converts into gaseous state, then color will be violet color. Now you will observe that intensity of violet color will keeps on increasing, and after some point the intensity of violet color will become same. It will become constant, because at that stage equilibrium is attained. Okay, so here what is happening? Here solid iodine is converting into gaseous state. Okay, but after some time the gaseous iodine is also converting back into the solid state. When both these process happens with the same rate, then we will say that it is solid vapor equilibrium. Okay, so this is third type of physical equilibrium, that is solid vapor equilibrium. Now fourth one is solid solution equilibrium. So here we will take example of dissolution of sugar in water. So we will dissolve sugar in water and we will add more and more sugar until it settle down at the bottom. The solution will become saturated. Here this is a saturated solution. Okay. Here how you will define saturated solution: when no more amount of solute can be added in solution at constant temperature and pressure, then that solution is known as saturated solution. Okay, at saturation point you will observe that no more sugar can be dissolved in the solution. So sugar particles will settle down at the bottom. This is undissolved sugar. Okay, and these are the crystals of sugar. Now here you will observe that there is no change observed in this container. We are thinking that no sugar is dissolving here. But here there are two processes which are happening with the same rate. And these processes are rate of dissolution and second one is rate of precipitation. That means this solid sugar is dissolving in the liquid. At the same time, the dissolved sugar convert back into the solid sugar. Both the process happen with the same rate. Okay, so here we will say that there is equilibrium between these two. That is why we will not observe any change with our naked eyes, and concentration of the solution remains same. So here we will say that rate of dissolution is equal to the rate of precipitation. The rate with which solid sugar is dissolving in the liquid, at the same time the rate with which dissolved sugar converting back into the solid state. Both the processes are happening with the same speed. That is why we are not observing any change, and these two processes are in equilibrium. Okay, and this process is the example of physical equilibrium. That is why we can say that physical equilibrium is dynamic in nature. Dynamic means which continuously changes, but we cannot observe any change with our naked eyes because both the processes are happening with the same speed. Now fifth type of physical equilibrium is gas solution equilibrium. Here we will take a gaseous solution in which there is dissolution of gas in liquid under pressure, and here we are taking a closed vessel. So when a gas dissolves in liquid, then it is governed by Henry's law, and according to Henry's law, the mass of a gas dissolved in a given mass of solvent at any temperature is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas above the solvent. Here we will take example of cold drink bottle. Here in cold drink bottle, you know that carbon dioxide gas is present, right? And gas is present above the liquid, and some gas is present in the solution. If pressure above the liquid is high, then what will happen? More and more gas will dissolve in the liquid, right? And solubility of gas will be high. So here solubility of gas in the liquid state depends on the pressure of the gas. If pressure of the gas above the liquid state is high, then solubility will also be high. Okay, so here Henry's law states that amount of gas which is dissolved in the liquid or which is dissolved in the solution is directly proportional to the pressure applied by the gas above the solvent. Okay, so this is Henry's law. So we can write that mass is directly proportional to pressure, and to remove proportionality sign, here we can write m is equal to Kp. Okay. Now there are some general characteristics of physical equilibrium. First one is at equilibrium some observable properties of the system becomes constant. Observable property means temperature, pressure, and concentration of the solution. Okay, these are the observable properties. So at equilibrium these properties of the system become same. Second point is equilibrium involving gases can be obtained only in closed vessel. Like for example, in this example we are taking a example of cold drink bottle. If you will open the vessel, then what will happen? If you will open the bottle, then what will happen? The gas will escape out, right? And there will be no pressure of gas above the solvent. So for gaseous state it is necessary that the container should be closed. Now third is equilibrium is dynamic in nature. That means it continuously changes and there are two opposing processes taking place at equal rates. You can take any example of physical equilibrium. Okay, the two processes, like for example in solid liquid equilibrium, the rate of melting is equal to the rate of freezing. The two opposing processes taking place at equal speed. So fourth point is at equilibrium, the concentration of the different substances becomes constant at constant temperature. Okay, at equilibrium stage there will be no change in the concentration. Concentration will be same, only then there will be equilibrium, there will be physical equilibrium. So these are the characteristics of physical equilibrium. So that's all for today, students. Now your homework is you have to solve question number 1 of NCERT exercise. Note down this question. Thank you and have a nice day.